Came up and next, let's touch on Brisbane Roar. Let's first look back at last season. They finished 12th. Their record was 5 wins, 6 draws, and 15 defeats. In their first 12 games last season, got off to a shocking start, 10 losses and 2 draws, until they came up against Sydney FC and I think it was 4-3 in an absolute thriller for their first win of the season. They kept only one clean sheet all season, and I think that it was they picked up their first win at Suncorp in just under or just over a year during that season. So fantastic to see the fans finally get a win at Suncorp Stadium, but that's a long time between drinks for their fans. It was an absolutely shocking season, mate. They were behind the eight ball right from the start, under pressure, and it just didn't get any better during the season. Probably their best period of the season was really, really late in the season when all the pressure was off and they finally were able to get some results. They obviously lost Thomas Waddingham during the season as well. So yeah, it didn't help their play, but I think for them they probably stayed in games for a little bit, but a lot of goals were conceded late, so they couldn't keep up the intensity, whether that was a fitness thing or just personnel, I'm not sure. But yeah, they just had a shocking season and really felt for their fans, and let's hope that at least that they can turn it around for this season coming up.
Yeah, it was pretty disappointing times. Only 5,463 average crowd last year, but I think they're the Smokies this year on the rise. I'm not sure where to put them, but there's a lot of positive talk. And after 7 years in Europe, Michael Valkanis is definitely bringing back the enthusiasm and energy back in the Brisbane Roar, and has started with some really good signings. It's really who's in and who's out. There's a lot on the Brisbane menu, but I think they're on the right track. Not sure where to place them this year. It'll be very interesting to see how they go. But the signs, I think, are a lot more positive, and you've seen that in pre-season, and you can see that in the talk from the group from Brisbane Roar. They've got a lot to catch up on, but I definitely think they're on the right track with the right leader.
I agree. I think it's a good move, bringing in Valkanis. He's a little bit unproven, but certainly what he is doing is galvanizing the squad, and we won't know what that looks like until the ball is kicked in round one. But it certainly looks like they're on the right track. So they've picked up some good results in the preseason, as you said. They had a bumper crowd up there at Sunshine Coast, so really starting to get the community behind them. So let's talk about some of the players that have come in. Milorad Stajic has come in. James McGarry comes back to the A-League from Aberdeen. Hossein Ability, who was there last season, but comes back into the squad. Michael Roos, picked up from Western United. Dean Bazanis returns from overseas. Interesting whether he'll get a start in the first team. Christopher Long comes in as a striking option, as does Justin Vidic as well. Dimitri Valkanis, Michael's son, comes over. I think he was playing in Greece before, as was Georgios Varakis as well. And then they picked up Jordan Lawton, who is an exciting talent at Western United, as well as Matthew Dench. So good mix of bit of experience there, but some exciting young talents as well. On the way out, they had Keegan Jelicic, which was the end of his loan, and the experience of Florent Berenguer, Luis Zabala, Adam Zimmerino. The veteran Corey Brown goes out. Rafael Struk, who was the Indonesian player who set their Instagram followers through the roof, but didn't necessarily do much on the field. Asumaba Abubakar, he was one of their exciting talents that was brought in during the season. Sad to see him leave the A-League, but yeah, he certainly did a lot for them last season. The veteran Jack Hingert has moved on, as well as Walid Shaw, Matt Acton, the keeper. Lucas Harrington will be there, but he'll be leaving in January to go to the Colorado Rapids. And then Pearson Kasawaya has also left. And they've got a couple of re-signings in Anthony Burke-Gilroy and Austin Ludwig. So probably similar to a few other clubs, fair bit of experience going out the door, but I think they've topped up pretty well in terms of what they're looking at for next season. I think there's a few players there that have been to a couple of clubs that will be looking to prove themselves. So it'd be interesting to see if Michael Valkanis can get the best of them.
Oh, look, pre-season signs have been very promising. They're really gelling well, and they put in some really good experience from overseas. I'm expecting them to, as I said, be a bit of a smoky and move up the league. We've got some great fan comments too. Do you want to read the fan views out? First one from Jacob from Brisbane Roar.
Yeah, so yeah, Jacob, a Brisbane Roar fan, has kindly shared his opinions on a few things that we've asked for from our listeners. So he said the players to watch: Michael Roos and James McGarry, which I certainly agree with. Roos is probably one of those players that I mentioned that I'm probably looking for a bit more game time, a bit more of an opportunity. His hopes and fears for the upcoming season, saying they could make a push for finals, but don't believe we recruited too well at centre back, which would be our Achilles heel, and his prediction is they'll finish somewhere between sixth and eighth. And we've got one more from Ross Ball Forever, who said Milorad Stajic will either be the best central defensive midfielder in the league or get the most red cards, or he might be both. Um, we ride the wave of optimism. We have somehow picked up this off season to finals, but only if we fix our wasteful attack we have shown so far. So he's got them as fifth. So he's pretty optimistic. But that Millerod Sturgis storyline will be interesting to watch. I did see a few other comments as well that said that he really plays on that line, that line of, as Ross Paul has said there, just red card or just that really, you know, big challenge. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see him go about the pitch for Brisbane Roar this season.
Yeah, he's capped at Bosnia under 21 level. Had a little short stint with Switzerland and the under 18s. He's only 23 years of age, born in Switzerland. So he'll be a very exciting prospect out here. And it's good to see. And I think that's great recruiting, isn't it? Like you said, it could be the best CDM of the and best signing of the league. So watch that space. And yeah, I definitely for Jacob, really excited to see the growth of Lucas Harrington. It's a shame that he can't be loaned back for the full year, being only so young. He's a real talent, and hopefully we get to see him start. I think he's got a bright future, Lucas Harrington, and yeah, we wish the back four all the best because I do agree with Jacob. They are a bit thin at the back.
All right. Yeah, you mentioned Lucas Harrington, certainly a player to watch. We did see him get some game time in the most recent Under 20 World Cup in that game against Cuba. He was actually fantastic in that game. So let's hope we get to see a lot more of him this season before he does make that move in January. Sam Klein, he was a revelation last season. Plenty of energy in that midfield and doesn't mind popping up with the odd goal as well. Sam Klein.
Yeah, 5 from 8, Chief, in the appearances at the end of last season. So and he ended up equal top goal scorer. So that midfield with defensive cover and his attack might be one of the strongest in the league.
Yeah, he just likes those late runs into the box, and yeah, he's certainly pretty clinical when he gets in position. Jordan Lawton coming in from Western United didn't get a heap of time at Western United, but I'm excited to see him get more of a run. Scored a absolutely spectacular overhead goal for Western United against Perth Glory during the season, but he's much more than just that spectacular goal. Jacob Brissett, he didn't get a lot of game time under Ruben Zakovic. He's tended to be more of a impact player off the bench, but when he did come off the bench, he was one of those players that just loved to run at his defender and take him on, and either get a shot away or get a cross into the box. So, exciting young talent, and let's see if he can kick on as well. And speaking of exciting young talents, Quinn McNichol, let's see if he can finally break through for some consistent game time. Has been spoken about for the last couple of years. Still very young, but hopefully he's well and truly in Michael Valkanis' plans for the upcoming season.
Yeah, future's looking bright for Brisbane. So I think they've done really well and they've got a really good balance and mix. I don't think Brisbane have got enough at the back. I agree with Jacob. But there's some exciting attack there, and I think they'll put it together and move up the table. I'm just not sure how far they can reach, but they'll definitely be close to the playoffs.
The
Something.
preseason results have been pretty good, and we'll just have to see how they get on the park. But yeah, I've also got them ninth, but certainly think they're going to be a bit better.